Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. So today we are from third group and ninth group. We want to present about our third project of TFP and KDV practice, an article review from development of a cosmetic knee disarticulation prosthesis, a single patient case study. But before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce our member first. Next slide, please. Okay, so the third and ninth group members are myself, Aisa Lubis, and then Asia Sabita, and there is Tika Aryadi Wiratama, Maulanda Afia Putri, Muhammad Adam Alfareza, and the last is Tiara. And so the next content or topic that we would like to present is next slide, please. So these are the contents that we would like to present today. The first one is the article's identity, and the second is the background and the aim, and the third is the technique, and the last is the discussion. So the first topic is article identity. The article identity that we would like to present is about the development of cosmetic knee disarticulation prosthesis. This is the single patient case study. So the author of this article is the Fred A. D. Ladd and the others, and the date of publication of this article is December 2015. And this article journals is from the Prosthetic and Orthotic International, and this is the link address. Okay, so the next is the background and the aim of these articles presented by Asia. Asia, time is yours.
Thank you, Aisha. Next is the background. For the background is approximately 15% of patients who undergo lower limb amputation do not use prosthesis leg after surgery. This usually occurs because they already had difficulty walking before the amputation or felt uncomfortable when trying the assistive device. In such case, knee disarticulation is more often chosen as this position is more comfortable for sitting and can reduce the risk of stiffness in the knee and hip. The need for prosthesis also variation. Patients who can still walk easily need functional prosthesis so they can remain active. While those who cannot walk tend to choose cosmetic prosthesis, which are more for appearance and self-confidence than for walking. Next, for the aim of this study was to develop and describe a cosmetic prosthesis for a non-ambulant knee disarticulation amputee. Now, next slide will be presented by Maulanda. Maulanda, term is yours.
Thank you, Asia. Next is technique. The author used for this research. The participant for this research is a non-ambulant person with bilateral knee disarticulation. The patient wishes to wear prosthesis for cosmetic purpose. And for the prosthetic consideration is the first one is a lightweight device. The second one is a natural looking, look like natural legs. And the next is well fitting. Patient one have a good and comfortable fit with the scum with no transpiration. And the next one is the easy to put on and take off the device. And the last one is a patient want the device no tight lengthening during sitting. And next is for feature of cosmetic knee disarticulation prosthesis. The first one is the shank cover with urethane foam and natural color stocking. This is And next is a socket placed directly on the shank without any mechanism. Uh, to ensure comfort, prevent tight lengthening and prevent lengthening. And the next is short socket just covering over the condyle to prevent the transpiration and with a little distal suction for the cut to ensure the good fit. And the last is a foot attached to the wheelchair footboard with the Velcro. Uh, and next is discussion will be delivered by Tiara.
Okay, thank you, Maul. And the slide is discussion. Discussion is the clinical note is the first to describe a cosmetic knee disarticulation prosthesis in detail. Looks like a natural leg, short distal cup, socket, good fit. In contrast to a functional knee disarticulation prosthesis, the cosmetic KD prosthesis has no tight lengthening during sitting due to the absence of any mechanism, simple donning and doffing due to detachable design on the wheelchair footboard. Transfer remain easy because prosthesis is fixed to footboard. The next slide to be present by Dika.
Thank you, Tiara. Next is the limitation. This case report has three main limitations. It includes only one patient, so the result cannot be generalized. And body image change were not objectively measured, which may introduce bias. And the last is the not comparison group, so the finding are descriptive only evaluate. Okay, next slide is presenting by Adam. Oops, is yours.
Okay, this one it is a slide about clinical implication for practice in especially in the campus and our practice. From this journal we use as evidence base, especially for the cosmetic KD prosthesis for non-ambulant patient. It is can contribute to more than mobility, and it is support the patient identity, comfort, and quality of life, included the psychological and aesthetic benefit, means that it is restoring body image and increase body image. The second one, it is can improve sitting comfort, and the third one, the patient will be easy donning and doffing and daily use, because the device cosmetic KD prosthesis is the lightweight and compatible with wheelchair use. And then the last one, it is consider about cost effective rehabilitation, because when use manufacture this prosthesis, it is significantly cheaper and faster to fabricate rather than the functional prosthetic KD that usually we use in real life. And then the next slide will be I turn to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Adam, and thank you for the other for the presentation. And thank you for the audiences that already watched this presentation. We would like to apologize if there are any mistakes during our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.